is the new Series 4 card that just came out of Marvel Snap, and I built the best deck you will find for it. I've seen so many lists using High Evolutionary, which I just do not think is the way, and I've built what I believe to be the ultimate version of Legion. This is my kind of card. It's a lockdown card. The main idea of this one is that you're going to be playing Storm on turn number 4, not turn number 3, because then you want to play your Legion into your flooded lane, or your flooding lane, on turn number 5, and it's going to turn them all into flooding, and then on turn 6 it's going to be flooded. So we're not going to be able to play a single card on turn 6. So there's a couple of auto include cards we can go ahead and put in. America Chavez, because we're not playing a card on turn 6. Sunspot, because we're not playing a card on turn 6. And then we just want like really good value cards like Nebula. Jeff is also a really good option because it's a card that you can actually play on turn 6 into the flooding locations. Now, this is what most of the decks always look like, but then what I've seen a lot of people doing is putting High Evolutionary in, maybe Wasp, Cyclops, Misty Knight, and that's fine, that's okay, but I'm of the opinion that it's going to be better to just go for raw value, because there's a bunch of really good cards that just play for huge stats. Ebony Mort, for example. I think the other thing that this deck really doesn't want is this High Evolutionary card in hand. Like, you just want to be able to basically empty your hand with this deck before turn 6. And High Evolutionary is just a card you're never going to want to play. And I actually think in this particular deck, drawing that kind of card, which you don't want to play, is a really, really big deal. So that's why I don't think High Evolutionary is the way. But also, like, just cards like Ebony Maw just get so much value in this one. So the other really good mid-range cards are going to be Lizard, Silk. A lot of you won't have Silk. Don't panic. You don't need this card. I'm also a huge believer in Nightcrawler in this deck. I think that people really underestimate how good Nightcrawler is, particularly in a deck like this where you can't play anything on turn 6. Having that ability to move Jeff and Nightcrawler into wherever you want is pretty extraordinary. Now, the other card that I really am quite a big fan of in this deck, but is definitely one you could replace, is Mr. Fantastic. As soon as I saw Legion, Mr. Fantastic was a card I just wanted to play. Really criminally underrated card. 6 stats for 3, but across 3 locations. Just putting 2 stats into each location is making it even more likely something like a Nightcrawler or a Jeff is going to be able to flip a location of your choice on turn number 6. The final slot I'm a little bit torn between. The most obvious card is Spider-Man. Lots of people play Spider-Man in this deck because it gives you another option for when you miss Legion. I did try a little bit without Spider-Man, and I honestly was missing the Spider-Man. So I'm going to put Spider-Man in here to begin with, but the jury is still out. I might just decide to get rid of Spider-Man. Spider-Man's good when you miss Legion because you can go Storm on turn 3, Spider-Man on turn 5, or Storm on turn 4 and Spider-Man on turn 5. So it's an option, not what I'm thrilled about including in the deck, because what I would prefer to do is just include cards which are really good with Legion. Miles is a huge example of a card which I think would be great in this deck. It's going to be 5 stats for 1 energy with Silk, with Nightcrawler and Jeff. The reason I've not gone for Miles over something like Lizard while it's cheaper is because I really want to be moving Jeff and Nightcrawler on turn 6 and not any sooner than that. So Miles is a little bit awkward, but Miles could be here instead of Spider-Man. The other big consideration that I'm sure a lot of people will mention is Iron Lad. Iron Lad has the potential of rolling Storm on turn 4 or Legion on turn 5. The thing is, it's just too much of a high roll card. It's 1 in 10 times you're going to hit the specific card that you want. So for example, if you want to play Iron Lad on turn number 4 to try and find Storm, only 1 in 10 games it's actually going to hit Storm. The reason it's 1 in 10 is because you already have the Iron Lad in hand and it can't hit Chavez. So 10 cards, 10 total other cards. Of course, you know, if you don't have Storm in hand, it's going to be slightly better than that. But it just, maybe, it could be okay. I just feel like it's not really worth it. The other thing we could also consider playing with Iron Lad is you can play Iron Lad on turn 5 to hit Legion. And there's a bunch of other just like really good cards that you could include that are just decent value cards. Like Wasp is okay. But this is what I decided to go for. We're going to play Gold Conquest. I must confess, rather embarrassingly, I did actually just pay gold for this Conquest ticket because I wanted to start with a Gold Conquest. And let's see if we can win. How's everyone doing in the chat? What's up, everyone? I wanted to do a little YouTube intro at the start of the YouTube stream. We've got Shan, we've got Will Smith, we've got Broken Boy, we've got Demo, we've got Chen. Welcome in, everybody. Please do give the stream a like. Helps out a whole bunch. And we will start this Gold Conquest. Now, this deck is very matchup dependent. There's a lot of bad matchups, that's for sure. Nebula, we're going to... I think this is a snap-worthy hand, like Storm. We're just missing the Legion, right? But Now we've got Spider-Man. Even if we just win the storm lane, we storm on 3, Spider-Man on 5. I like playing Nebula into unrevealed locations. Generally. And we're up against Deadpool, which I think is pretty good news. Gold Conquest. Queuing into Deadpool, that seems pretty decent. I'm going to play Silk over the Jeff to begin with. I'm actually going to do the same thing with Silk and play her off to the right. I like playing into unrevealed locations usually. Bit risky. Of course, hitting something like Space Throwing would be a pain. Now the decision is what to do with Storm. Because we could Storm this turn, but that means that we can't Legion. So I think we are just going to wait and Storm a little bit later. The board's also just quite weird for Storm. We're hoping to still hit the Legion, so we're going to Storm on turn 4. I don't actually hate the look of storming the left location with Bifrost, because we could move like Jeff and stuff in later. I don't think we necessarily want to play the Sunspot. Strange Academy. It's going to move. We'll go for it still. My opponent's actually snapped back on us, which is quite surprising, I have to say. Let's have it. The chances, 50% chance we hit either Spider-Man or Legion here. And this is like an example of where Iron Lad would be nice, right? Like if I had Iron Lad in hand, I could just roll it if I miss Legion and Spider-Man, and it's a 1 in 3 that I hit what I need. Okay, they snapped because of the Killmonger. Oh god. Yeah, Killmonger is a huge problem for this deck. It's the biggest weakness. Suddenly we're not looking too hot, are we? Let's be honest. So we hit Spider-Man, which I actually think is the better hit. We maybe just concede the flooding lane at this point. I suppose we Spider-Man here. Maybe Silk moves over. I mean, that's the other thing to consider. I do prefer the Spider-Man here just because of Wolverine. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. They actually give up the flooding lane. Very curious. Wolverine going mid is the perfect position. Unfortunately, Chavez doesn't get me there. Just off by a point. Unfortunately, we're going to have to concede this one. Hey, Zen, great to see you. You have all the cards? That's kind of surprising. So as you can see, first game, you see the instant biggest weakness for this deck, which is Killmonger. So there is also a small consideration to put armor in, but I think you just kind of have to accept that Killmonger can wreck you. They do have to Killmonger on turn 5 or sooner, though. Only card I don't have in this deck is Jeff. Iron Lad would be okay. Project Pegasus is not good for us. What could you replace with Jeff? If you go to the start of the stream, I suggested a bunch of replacements. Like Iron Lad would be okay. Miles, you're probably not going to want to put in with Jeff, but just something cheap and good value. You just want like just value cards in this deck, right? That's all you care about. So they give us the flooding lane. We can actually move Silk out of there by playing Jeff here later. And then we just need to decide which location we're going to actually fight for. I mean, Killmonger's still a threat as well, right? So maybe I just play Jeff now. Silk's going to end up making her way back over here probably, but... Believe it or not, I actually don't have an infinite avatar. I've hardly played Conquest, mate. I've got a lot of grinding to do. How was San Diego? Mate, it was really nice. Like, I have to say, Comic-Con itself, I don't want to say I don't want to say it was bad, but I was slightly disappointed by it, if I'm honest. Just because I don't know. I just was. It's just the truth. Kind of interested in the idea of legioning here, but then it gets rid of the flooding lane. The Killmonger is such a nightmare in this matchup. I mean, the interesting thing here is if we Legion, while we open up this lane, if they don't have Killmonger, which we kind of just have to hope that they don't, it's as simple as that. I'm going to snap on it as well, hoping that they don't have Killmonger. The reason I'm going for the Legion onto Pegasus is because then my Sunspot's going to soak up all the energy. Uh-oh, I think I know what's coming. Yeah. Oh, God, okay. Oh, God. Well. Hey, Tim, great to see you. I've been traveling all over. Bad start for the deck. It's a bad matchup, man. I didn't queue into a single Killmonger yesterday when I played this. I don't think there's a world we can stay in here. Escaped. It's not all over. I've been all over, Tim. I've been in Portugal. I've been in Germany, USA in the last month alone. Went to Manchester for the Snap event too. So I have been very busy, but I've definitely very glad to be back streaming, making content. Gonna be making a whole bunch of it. Yeah, you can see Killmonger, real issue. So we could, like I say, consider adding in armor here. So if you don't have Jeff, armor would be a great option, I think. I'm kind of tempted to just put it in it. Ooh. So much traveling, you still can't find time to visit me in Nottingham? I know, mate, rip. I really am keen to visit some places in the UK soon. It would be great to see you. We will find some time for the end of the year, hopefully. Yo, Tim, with the $5, mate. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you, mate. That's really, really kind. Sabertooth, eh? We'll snap again. This is our last turn to Killmonger here. We can just put Jeff to the right. And hopefully Silk does the job for us to the left. I don't think Legion's going to get nerfed. I think it seems pretty balanced to me overall, I have to say. The other thing I wanted to mention with Legion that's really good is it's so good against magic, and there's a lot of magics right now. Okay, Killmonger plus a card is probably... We want Silk to go... I don't think we wanted Silk there. I guess the question is, are they going to fill this lane up? Do we actually want the lizard here? The answer is nobody knows. Looks like we didn't want it. Looks like a rip. Wow. Phew. Just about. It's not looking like a good matchup at all, but we're holding on. We are holding on by the skin of our teeth. My concern about armor is how much does it even improve this matchup? Probably a fair bit. Legion into Space Throne is probably our line here. Early aggressive snaps. If they have Killmonger, they're going to stay in. Any Silk replacements? Absolutely. Armor, I think, is the obvious one. There's so many things you can put in. This is just like a good stuff deck. Any card which you look at in your deck builder and like, yeah, this card's good, can basically make the cut here. This deck is just all about mid-range value. I do think I'm pretty tempted by armor. This is the other reason, like with the Spider-Man, I was wanting to replace it for something different. Because, like, I would love if this was just some kind of cheap card that I could play here. But with Sunspot, it's also, like, not a huge deal. Silk's actually very scary because of Space Throne. I don't even know if I want to play this. I actually think I don't play it. Jeff's very good. I do think Jeff is a bit overrated, though. No Professor X or Daredevil? No, it's just going too in on it. Like, we don't actually want to play Spider-Man. Like, the main line with this deck is to just slam Legion on 5. They might still be able to Killmonger us. So there's also the option of doing this. I think this line's a bit funnier. Hope they just play a card left. Wolverine has to go left, right? Which means they can't play anything. Let's flipping go. The Legion value, man. All 3 locations secured. This is the thing I love about Legion. Like, it's actually a genuinely very good card. Like, even without the Storm stuff. It is really, really cool. Big, big fan of it. Yo, Moyen, great to see you, mate. He does not start with the Jeff slander. Jeff's overrated, come on. It's good, though. This matchup is making me want to put armor in the deck. Silk's kind of dodgy, honestly. Okay. They snap, which would strongly suggest that they have Killmonger. They might also be playing Death. The problem is if I stay in this, I have to win the next 2, which I honestly don't like the look of. So I'm going to stay in. I think we're losing, though. But we do have, like, at least Mr. Fantastic and Silk for points. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that either. The problem here is they're just going to be able to slam Killmonger on turn number 5. But I guess it's not even that good. It's only hitting Sunspot, which is a 6-point Sunspot. But we might actually be fine here. I flipped a Mojo Wob with Legion last night against the High Evo Lockjaw. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, Legion's got some really nice things. Like, I Legioned Altar of Death yesterday on turn 6 with Initiative, and then all the cards my opponent played on turn 6 died. You reckon Shang is your top card? Best card in the game, in my opinion, is Chavez. And I'm actually very serious. Shavers has just always been the best. Oh, they do have death. Which is pretty intimidating. Now, I feel like the Legion is actually a bit of a bait here. I think it might be a mistake. We might be better off just going for like a Spider-Man mid or something. Because they're most likely to just play something here, right? Let's hope they don't commit to the left. Oh my god, they did. It's not enough though. Oh, it is enough. No, it is enough. Very close game. So the frustrating thing here is that if I just made the Legion play, I win. Like this play was pretty I was losing to Legion. Oh. GG. We put up a good fight. We put up a good fight against the Killmonger. Also, Tim, I'm not participating in the tournament. The Conquest thing, I didn't get flipping invited, mate. That was a bit of a wake-up call for that. Oh, damn, I really need to get back. Get back to it. Right, let's take the same list for a spin. I'm not going to put armor in. Thoughts, Moyen? Should I play armor? Or just accept Killmonger's good against me? I spent 200 gold on that ticket, by the way. Because I wanted to start with a gold conquest. Yeah, what do you think of Spider-Man in this deck as well? Do you think you can play without it? And just go all in on Legion? I think you need the Spidey still, right? Also, what do you think about Mr. Fantastic? Moyen's not in it, unfortunately. He would have won it if he was. Ooh, Raven. Let's have it. You definitely don't need Silk. Silk actually might be the card I cut for armor. Like, Silk is honestly pretty flipping awkward. There's a lot of stuff it does which is pretty bad. Silk helps make Miles more consistent, but I'm not even playing Miles. Miles is probably like the 13th card. Medusa? I was playing Iron Lad actually for a while. Someone did suggest Medusa as well. Medusa, fantastic Iron Lad. That sounds spicy, and then it hits Ebony more. And Lizard. Fisk Tower shows up. Storm the Elysium. We'll just take the Spidey this turn. Okay, we actually find the Legion. Pretty sure we take it. That is a big amount of points, mate. We can move Jeff over though and we're fine. Jeff got the +3 off Aunt May's. Nice. 4 cubes. That's the thing with Legion, you're not winning 8 cubes, right? 8 cube games are not going to happen. Unless you do like a surprise Legion play on turn 6. Whoa, okay, we do win 8 cubes because people forget that Jeff exists. Is this the real Raven? Did he really? Really? Did he really just do that? Unless he's just doing it because it's proving grounds. He's like, yeah, dude, have your cubes. Yo, Bumblebee, great to see you. It is Raven. Nice one. Did he forget? Or did he just give me the proving grounds? It's kind of good good manners in proving grounds just to make it a one and done. He doesn't really care. Yeah, that's fair. So armor. Maybe for silk. Maybe for lizard. Let's give armor a spin for a bit. Killmonger's popular enough that I think we're gonna want armor in the deck on a conquest run. Like maybe on ladder I wouldn't. Because you can just leave for 1 cube against Killmonger. It's often pretty obvious when it's coming. Guys, if you don't mind giving the stream a like, it does help out a whole bunch. Kind of interested in just taking the storm. I don't think there's going to be more Cosmos. Cosmos is really not popular at the moment. I think Cosmo is very underrated. Cosmo is also very good against these Mr. Negative decks doing the rounds. Actually, a deck that I'm wanting to play later, probably on my Twitch stream. I'm streaming on Twitch every day at 5 PM UK time at the moment. Gonna see how long I keep that up for. Bit of an overcommit in the end. Oh, it's Thanos. If you have priority, Cosmo blocks him. Yep. Correct. Take the Spidey. This is what Spidey just gives, right? It means that you don't have to play Legion on 5. Whether you miss it or not, you just have something else to do. Just going to turn everything into Clintar in case it comes down to a tiebreaker on Mojo World of some kind. Iron Lad. I don't know why they would play on here. Thanks for the extra cubes, Sebo. Victory. Yeah, we could. That's true. We could have gone for the Mojo World. Missed opportunity to win by more points. Nightcrawler into Stark Tower is great. I thought about snapping. I'm going to chill for a moment. This is a pretty bad location for us, actually. I want to get the Nebula down now, but Ebony Moore's also just awkward at this point. Let's just do it. Let's go Ebony Moore, Nebula maybe. It's kind of scuffed, but... Yeah, I love Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler is super underrated. Bloody... Bit of a nightmare this, isn't it? Overall. Pretty happy to concede this one for a cube. I guess we're probably going to slam Legion onto Stark Tower. Or maybe onto Crimson Cosmos. Okay, change of plan. The question is then, is that snap worthy? And I think it is. There's a pretty good argument to rope here before we snap. I mean, it's always optimal to rope and then snap. But the reason I'm roping is because I'm wanting my opponent to snap first, because I'm in a pretty bad position. And then they snap me back. I'm going to just ask them politely to snap. That'll work. Okay, turns out it didn't work. Jeff is the best top deck here because it's just something I can play on 6. I have no Sunspot, unfortunately. But I think Ebony Maw Nebula should be enough to the right and then Legion to the left. Of course, we've got the Nightcrawler, which can go any which way. Oh, okay. That's interesting because that just got him a Mr. Fantastic. But they also have a flipping Ebony Maw. So do we even go for this still? I think so. We're very far ahead to the right. They fight for the left, which is scary. Nice, let's go. Just about get there. When am I streaming now I'm back? Good question. I've been doing 5 PM UK time on Twitch. I haven't been streaming on Twitch though, right? Until like the last couple days. And I'm going to be doing some morning streams on YouTube as well. I'm really just trying to work out what platform to stream on most. The reality is I'll probably do a bit of both. But yeah, like 5 PM is the current plan for Twitch. But to be honest, the viewership's been very poor. So I'm just going to stick at it for like a week or two and see how it goes and then maybe adapt. I also like... I was like, yeah, let's see how long I can make the streak. And now I remembered I'm going into London tomorrow, so I won't be streaming at 5 PM tomorrow. Rip. We have the Legion. Like, it's worth getting Nebula down this turn. The sooner you get Nebula down, the more points she's going to play for. Even if we just waste an energy to play Jeff a turn later. Jeff into Aunt Maze is great. More points on a moving stick, the better. Rickety Bridge. Legion's kind of interesting though. We definitely want Jeff to go left. So we do have one line where we like Legion on turn number 5. Everything dies. And we like armor one lane, but seems kind of meh. Or we could go like armor fantastic mid. That actually might be the line. So we're going to skip. We're going for a spicy, spicy line here, ladies and gents. We are going to go Legion onto Rickety Bridge. And we're going to go Mr. Fantastic Armor, both down the middle. I don't even know if this is going to work, though. I think when... You know I said spicy? Maybe a better phrase would be bad, but I think it might work. It could work. The rock is actually helpful here as well, because we can just play the rock either left or right. Kind of sad we didn't snap on it. Hopefully they just think I'm bluffing. It's just going to be a tie or something. They're in. Did the line of dreams work? The Legion... Mate, Legion is just so fun. It opens up so many wacky lines. Nice, it's a win. We win the middle when we win the left. Oh! Okay, still a win. Unless District X gives them in Baku. That was the lose con there. Let's go. All right. You did this and Op had Colossus. Hey, Spicy, not today Chavez around. Yeah, I did see that Chavez is in the shop, a new one. I was actually about to tweet out about it, but then I realized that my stream was due to start. I might do like a classic tweet of however many likes and I'll buy it. It does look nice. It's a Rian Gonzalez one, right? It's new. Hey, Vish. Lovely to see you too. Thanks everyone for being here. Liking the stream goes a long way as well to help out. I appreciate it. Human Torch. They snap. My hand's not bad. But it's also not spectacular. I have no Storm, no Legion. I'm just going to run. Escaped. If they're snapping, they have a good hand. So, maybe. It's like it's not very common to be bluff snapping. Oh, snap. Easy snap. What's your opinion on Phoenix Force? I think Phoenix Force is underrated. I really want to experiment some more with it. I like the card a lot. Big fan. It got buffed. I thought it was good before it got buffed. Don't have Jeff. We can replace Silk if you have Silk. Mate, there's so many replacements. Do not panic. Jeff is not needed. I don't think M'Baku is good, no. I mean, it's fine. I don't think M'Baku is good in any deck ever, apart from maybe like some kind of lockjaw. Hey, Broken Boy. Could you tell me what you're doing in regards to DC Dual Force? You're sponsored? Yeah, they sponsored me to fly over to... They flew me over to America. When I was in San Diego, they sponsored my trip out there. I streamed from their Comic-Con booth twice. Met the team. They also sponsored a Twitch stream and a YouTube video, which I posted yesterday. But most people like got a sponsored stream and or sponsored video. If that, like Harry did a sponsored DC Dual Force sponsored stream this week also. He doesn't post on YouTube, so he didn't have a YouTube stream, of course. But then I just got very lucky to be selected for the other thing. I'm wondering here if maybe the better approach is to Storm TVA and then Legion. Because if they think they're winning, they're just going to concede anyway, right? Yeah, Ghost Spider at 1 cost is insane. I really need to check out movement, actually. So, Sentry and movement are 2 decks you can expect to see me posting videos on. I think Storm is always correct here, because if they think they're losing, they retreat. So they think they're winning. I'm really surprised they stayed in there. Jeff's also a really nice find, because I can play it on turn 6. I think the fast-paced gameplay of Snap is more your thing. Yeah, understandable. I think for the mass audience, that's going to be the case, yeah. I like DC a lot, but it does have a lot of problems as well. But I do find the game very fun. Deck building and gameplay is the strength of the game, which are the 2 things that I care most about. So So this is a classic case of Nightcrawler doing the business. I have to hope that they don't have a Jeff of their own that goes mid. Even if they do have a Jeff, it's a 50-50 on where they play it. Pretty sure they don't have Jeff. There he is! The Jeff Nightcrawler combo. Too flipping good, man. You can see why I'm such a big fan. I suppose we were winning without Nightcrawler because it would have been a tiebreaker, but still. Yeah, Ghost Spider at 1 energy is absolutely obscene. That card is so good. Also, Iron Fist on turn 1 cannot be correct from our opponent. It's never correct. I really just like the idea of playing like Iron Fist Ghost Spider. Making a vid of this deck, maybe. This is I'm kind of experimenting to see if this stream can be the video, maybe. Like I did an intro on it, but yeah, I'll most likely post one. I'm just a bit conflicted in doing a YouTube stream on a deck and also a video on a deck, right? Which is why I think mixing like Twitch streams and YouTube streams can be a nice idea. We just do YouTube streams for some decks and then Twitch streams playing other decks, which I can then post videos on. We'll Storm still. Hey Junkhead. Yeah, even not in movement, that's true. Yeah, I think Ghost Spider's actually just cracked. I don't really see why they buffed her to 1 energy, honestly. That seems like way too good to me. But maybe not. I think I'm happy to run here since we missed Legion. I don't think Legion's the best card this well, like of the new cards, maybe. I haven't played with a couple of them. I've hardly even seen a couple of them, like Jean Grey and the one that's stopping ongoing abilities or something. So this is our Storm lane. Almost misplayed there. I guess Jean's good in Silver Surfer, right? Not wanting to snap until I hit the Legion in hand. Maybe I should have just gone Storm into Dream Dimension, and then I can't Spidey on 4 anymore. Right? I'm used to being able to Spidey on 4. Really sad you can't Spidey on 4 anymore. That was pretty nice. I'm gonna snap. They don't have a, like, you know, they don't have a good curve. Good retreat, I think. Off to work, but the Skytail Woods must abandon. Let's go, Josh. Thanks so much for hanging out, mate. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good day at work, mate. The Scoia'tael the woods must abandon. Well bloody said. Love that. Actually, speaking of Scoia'tael, Witcher Season 3, last 3 episodes came out last night. No spoilers! I have watched the first of the 3. Probably overcommitted to the left, let's be honest. Kind of seems like a retreat, if I'm honest. But 50% chance we hit the Spider-Man or Legion off the top here. Oh, wow. Spidey's better. Spidey's so good I can probably snap here. So at the start of the stream, I wasn't sure if I liked Spider-Man in this deck. I like Spider-Man in this deck.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Oh! It's actually way better than I thought it was going to be. Damn, the stats. Well, turns out my snap wasn't so hot. We can go Mr. Fantastic Armor. Just play Chavez mid. I think we have to concede, if I'm honest. It's only for a cube. Is there ever a world we're winning? Nah, they just move multiple man left and I literally just lose, right? Oh wait, this is the Phoenix Force though. Not this one. Wait. This is the Phoenix Force. Wait, this is the Phoenix Force. Oh, so we're actually fine, maybe? Possibly, maybe? I think we're still losing, right? Ouch.
Escaped.
Yeah, Phoenix Force is good into this deck as well, as you can see. I was actually wanting to try and cook up some kind of Phoenix Force plus this hybrid. Sunspot got lost. Ghost Spider got lost. I think honestly it's a bigger loss for us. Sunspot was so good in the sand. Doesn't really feel like I can afford to Storm Legion, like when I've just had such a bad curve.
Wind aid my hand.
I'm gonna snap on it. Phoenix Force being Human Torch is a lot more manageable for us than multiple man. Was a tight call this.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Yeah, just looks like we lose though, to be honest. Just looks like a pretty big loss. Which is sad. Seems like a really bad matchup. I just lose. I literally can't win from here. Okay, so Phoenix Force definitely a bad matchup. Makes sense. Rip.
Opponent snapped. Oh, snap.
Electra's so good in pool 1 though. Phoenix Force is now a 4 energy card. I know. It's actually insane how good it is. Genuinely fantastic card. I like the look of Storm to the right. It is not true, Broken Boy. Yeah, I know. Phoenix Force is really cracked. I think we'll play some Phoenix Force and some Sentry on the Twitch stream later, which is going to be in about 4 hours time. My plan, I think, for YouTube streams is to experiment with... I think we should actually play Mr. Fantastic on the last turn, right? Because it's surprise value. I think that makes sense. Okay, good. See us just skipping and then Mr. Fantastic last turn. I guess we're dead level. I'm not going to do that. Would they buffed it so quickly if it wasn't a season pass card? Good question. Good question. Just plays around Jeff to the left. Maybe you should have magic. You can use Limbo if you need or turn it off with Legion. True. That's true. It's just not many stats though, is it? I think Legion decks just need stats too much to play magic. It's an interesting idea though, John. Thank you. It's actually bad. Oh, I hit up anymore, thank God. I didn't want it to hit Legion. If it hits Legion, they get a point extra and I lose 4.
Victory.
So, wait. They'll be at 15. I'd have gone down to 14. Wow. So Central Park, like, so we actually lost this at 1 in 3 times.
Opponent snapped.
Sure. Nice one, Tim. Thanks so much for hanging out, mate. I really appreciate it. The YouTube streams, my plan is to keep them to around an hour long. So we'll finish this Conquest run and then we'll end the stream there. But I'm going to be live again, like I say, a little bit later on. Pretty sad if the flooding... ignore me. Talking absolute breeze. I was going to say it's going to be pretty sad if the flooding lane ends up here. Doesn't make any sense, bruv. GG. Taiwan snap without retreating. Yeah. They're going full Copy mode that they can win the 5 in a row. Love this game. Didn't think much of it when I started, but it's fun. Let's go. Serious. Yeah, it's a banger. It's a banger. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Alright, we got the silver ticket. Let's... Oh, we beat Proving Grounds. Okay. Well, let's just keep going until we lose. Any other cool decks you guys would like to see me post on YouTube? I'm going to be posting Discard probably on Sunday. Long old queue time. So Phoenix Force, Sentry are two... which are jumping to mind. Maybe like Legion Magic as an idea as well. Sounds like fun. Still missing Jeff. You can definitely play this deck without Jeff. Jeff is nice. For sure. Like if you have it, it's always in the deck, but... I'm also on my stream later on today on Twitch. Going to be checking out Disney Lorcana. The card database got released. It's a new paper card game which is coming out next month. Pretty excited. Alright, we finally got a game. Disney Lorcana. Space Throne first location. Hand is looking good. Let's snap. So we can't play it. It's a paper card game, which is not yet out. But they did release the card database. So like later on, after Snap later, I'm going to be reading all the rules. So everyone's familiar, and then reviewing the cards. There's like 250 of them, so it's going to take a while. I'll probably do it over a few streams. Playing Sauron? Nice. Looks like Phoenix Force, which is scary because we got wrecked by that earlier. Echo, never seen before. Yeah, this card seems really bad. Mate, you're not spamming chat, please. That's what chat's for. Heard about Smash Up? Never.
Aid my
Never ever heard of it. Zola mid is quite a big threat. Spider-Man mid therefore is quite good. We could also just take the Legion this turn. Kind of like the look of Legion, right? There's also an argument to do something like this. It's possible this is better, right? The problem is they can move the Human Torch still if I do that. No, it doesn't die. It doesn't die. It doesn't work like that. Because it moves before the location is changed, right? I mean, they feel confident that they're winning. Turns out they were right, I think. They were right. It's a tie? No, we lose by... We do lose by a point. 2 points. They just move nothing, right? And I lose. I guess they could also just move Human Torch and I also lose.
Escaped.
If I went for the space throwing line, I was still losing. Yeah, this just seems like a horrifically bad matchup. Trying to play into Phoenix Force. It's the deck that beat us on the last run. And looks like the deck to beat us on this run too. This is kind of a bluff snap. We just hopefully they hit red score or something. We just need to be aggressive and get all the wins that we can get in such a bad matchup. If that was High Evolutionary Cyclops instead of Fantastic, you win. No, I still lost. They could move Human Torch to the right.
Wind, aid my hand.
A Legion Space Throne when the guy moved Multiple Man and Multiple Man was removed. Yeah, that does sound weird. Okay, Armor is actually the money card in this matchup. It's like actually another reason to play Armor because it helps this matchup. So that's pretty cool. Well, looks like we won the flooding lane. And we just have to find another lane to win. Why is this -2? What happened to it? The peak. Huge turn from us. So many points put down on the board this turn. Hey, Daniel. Thank you, mate. Hope you're well. He moved into a different location with another card there, so... Right. The Multiman moved stick, though, right? And then the other one shouldn't go back. That's my understanding of how it would work. I'm anticipating a Ghost Spider off to Kunlun.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Alright. We'll lock this in. It'll be so satisfying. Ooh. Yeah, I was kind of thinking it might be Heimdall, but it doesn't really make any sense, does it, to have played on there? Nebula too strong, man. Nebula just absolutely carrying. 9 for 1. That's pretty broken, mate. It's pretty flipping good. Guys can see why I think Nebula's just giga busted, and I still think she should never have been printed as a 1-1 and she should have been a 1-0. But she seems more balanced now, I guess. Mojo World. I quite like the look of for Legion, actually. Like Legion Mojo World against the Shuri deck seems pretty powerful. I have an okay hand. Missing the armor. I can just... Okay, that's a bad location for us, isn't it? I guess it's good for Ebony more, but Mr. Fantastic was what I was worried about. Although I suppose we can just play Fantastic into Mojo World. No snap. Nebula would have been a lot more of an issue without Kitty Pryde. True. Yeah, Nebula should never have been printed as a 1-1. And that's a very fair point, that she was just getting overshadowed by Kitty Pryde for a while because of how busted that card was. The Nexus. That's actually a bloody pain in the arse. So I can't armor them now because they just randomly have initiative. Still going to try and armor them. Probably a bit late though. Yep. Legion or Spider-Man going to be needed here. Let's play nothing to maybe bluff like Legion or Mojo World play. So I'm just going to be conceding on 10-6 here. If we empty our hand, then they know that I don't have Legion, right? So it would just be incorrect to play both cards here, even though it's tempting. I'm going to be losing anyway, but it's at least worth trying to bluff the turn 6 Legion play. Hit them with the I am confident. Okay, didn't work. This is a really bad play. If I have Spider-Man, I'm winning here. It's Shuri. Well, I will vote. I don't know. Freddy, if he's... I'm going to speak to Freddy and see how much he's going to practice beforehand. If Freddy's like practicing, I'll vote for Freddy. If not, maybe Harry. If I was just going on who do I think is going to win it, I would pick Johnson. I think. Barcinus is very good for us, and it's also very likely that they're going to play multiple man Human Torch off to the right here. And it's based on how fast you do it. They did not include TLSG. Yeah, or me. That's actually true. TLSG definitely should have been in there. Jeff Nightcrawler both so... Okay, there we go. So good into Bar Sinister. This is boring AF? Oh, rip. Sorry to hear that, JC. The gameplay? Me? The game? The locations? The decks? Talk to me. Hope you're good, mate. Venom is big stats. Why went on the tournament? I didn't get invited. I mean, I've not been streaming that much recently, so... Lost some weight from my face. Thanks, mate. I have, yeah. I'm working hard. I appreciate it. Gotta get rid of this stubborn belly fat next. But yeah, I'm doing really well. I put on a bit of weight in America, but not actually as much as I thought I would. Just nice. That's a big lad. We haven't seen them play Taskmaster yet, but it's pretty likely they have it. This is our only play we can make. Yeah, GG meters. Alright guys, I am actually going to end the stream there, but I will be live on Twitch in 4 hours time. Probably actually less than 4 hours. I'll probably go live a bit earlier today. This was the Legion deck. It's pretty good, but as you can see, it does have bad matchups. The main two ones being Phoenix Force and Killmonger decks. We only lost to Phoenix Force today, I believe. I think we beat the Deadpool guy in the end. Deck's very fun. Not the best deck in the game. I do think this is the best version you'll find of it, though. But I think, honestly, it's better than you would think just based off of these games, because I do think we queued some pretty unfortunate matchups. So, yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Again, if you did enjoy the stream, please do give it a like. And I will see you all again very soon. Next YouTube stream is probably going to be on Monday, as I'm pretty busy this weekend, going into London, seeing some friends. And the next YouTube video I'm expecting to be on Sunday. Much love, guys. See ya!